Hello guys, how you doing? It's a boy Mason once again, and welcome to the motivational channel. For anybody that does not know this channel, this is a YouTube channel where we try to, of course, motivate, enlighten, and educate people, and kind of like give a little bit of inspiration. And as you all know, sometimes in life we all do need a bit of inspiration to help us pick us up sometimes when the chips are down, when you fall down, when things aren't going well for us. Sometimes we just need that extra hand that's going to help us to get up and try and do it again. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I've got a different subject, a different topic that I want to talk about. And as you can tell, I'm in the kitchen today. I'm in my house. Normally, I do make videos in the car. So I want to try to make different videos in different locations, different places. So I don't have to be in the car all the time. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about how important is it to always keep on persevering and keep on trying, even when things aren't going well for you, even when the chips are down, even when things are just going left for you. Because as you all know, life is full of hiccups. Life is full of hurdles. Sometimes we do fall down, and it could be there's a whole spectrum of examples I can give. But as you all know, you might lose your job, you might lose your house, might lose your car, you might break up with your partner, you might have differences with your siblings, you might have differences with your friends, your associates, all sorts of things that will make you distressed and make you really emotionally deficit or emotionally down. But what I want to try to say to you today, ladies and gents, is that you just need to keep on persevering. The reason why I'm saying this is because every experience is actually a learning curve. There is no experience that is there for no reason. Nothing happens for no reason, basically. Everything is there to teach you, to guide you, to take you to another stage, take you to another level. So whatever experience that you go through, yes, it might look like you so down at that very moment of time, but it's a learning curve. So you just need to keep on persevering. Do not let situations put you down. Do not let a failure, or if things didn't go according to plan and you just think you failed. As a matter of fact, do not even use the word failure, because nobody fails. But what you do is you learn. You're always learning. We never stop learning from anything. Because if you want to go to 3, you have to go through 1 and 2. If you want to go to 4, you have to go 1, 2, and 3 till you reach 4. So there are certain stages that's going to make you, elevate you, and guide you to where you want to be. So just because things didn't go your way today, it does not mean that's a permanent, because no situation is a permanent. I mean, we all have been set in different set of situations. I mean, if we all look back and we say, okay, how many times have you been in certain situations and you thought, this is the end, this is my world, this is the end of my world, I can't see no point of living, I can't see any light down the tunnel, I can't see anything happening? How many times have you been in that situation? Because I know I have. There are so many times I've been in my life that I thought, do you know what? There is no way I'm going to progress in life. There's no way I'm going to head anywhere. There is no way I'm going to see success. There's no way I'm going to see light. Because all I saw right before my eyes were just dark clouds and gloomy nights and all total darkness. I never thought I'd see light down the tunnel. But do you know what? I did. Eventually I did. So if I believed my senses at that time, because sometimes our senses mess around with us, sometimes our mind mess around with us, and most of it has to do with your ego, because your ego sometimes it does not like to be disappointed, and ego sometimes has got the mind of its own. And when your ego is thinking for yourself, that's when you're not actually seeing the bigger picture, because your ego never sees the bigger picture, because your ego really deals with the two minds, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And as you all know, the conscious mind is that analytical mind, the one that analyzes things. And the subconscious mind is that collective of beliefs and traits that you have collected over the years. And all these beliefs are going to work against you because your ego is actually totally reliant on these two minds. And if anybody has seen any of my videos, I always talk about the third mind, which is the superconscious mind or the God mind, which is where we should be aligning and operating from. Because when you're operating from your God self, you are in connection with the universe, and you know that the universe has got everything. The universe is always on your side. The universe never lets you down. So, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes when things aren't going well for us, it does not mean that we have failed. It only means that we need that stage for us to go to the next level. We need you before you go to that next level where you want to go. You have to go through the channels. You have to go through the tunnels. That's all it is. Just because you break up with that boyfriend, it does not mean that your life is done. It does not mean that your life is finished. It simply means you have learned everything that you could from that man or that girlfriend, and whatever that you've learned, take it and apply it into your next relationship. Take it and apply it to your next adventure, because life is an adventure, and the adventure that we're going through, because life really is like going on a holiday. And when you're going through a holiday, you go through certain experiences and you see so many things during the holidays, don't you? So when you are going, for example, when you're going on an expedition, you are going on a journey, you go through certain things in life and certain things in your expedition, and that's exactly the same philosophy you have to apply in life. Life is a journey. And this journey that we are going through, you learn a lot of things on the way. And take whatever situation that you are going through, whatever understandings and education, everything that you've learned, take it on board, because they're going to help you in future. Because life, every experience is always there to help you, to build you, to structure you, to be a better person, a better version of yourself. We are all infinite conscious energies. We are all souls. We are not flesh and bones. And definitely we are not our ego. Because that's why a lot of people go wrong. Because a lot of people, they identify themselves with the ego, or they identify themselves with flesh and bones. But I am not flesh and bones. And so are you. You are not flesh and bones. You are not your ego. An ego is an accumulation of beliefs that have gained an identity, and this accumulation of beliefs is gaining identity, and they start to have some kind of like an opinion. Do you know what I mean? Some kind of like an individuality. That's what an ego does. But you are none of them. You are not your ego. You are not flesh and bones, definitely. But what you are is an infinite conscious energy. You are a soul. And I always try to emphasize this point in all of my videos, that you are an infinite conscious energy. And the importance of saying this is that you are connected to the universe. And the universe, as you all know, everything is mind. One of the Hermetic principles, the principle of mentalism, stipulates that everything is mind. The all is the mind of the all. Everything emanated out of the mind. And since we are a holographic particle of the whole of the mind, we are literally a hologram. So we are an expression of the mind, of the one mind. Basically, that's what we are. So you are not your flesh and bones. You are a divine conscious energy. You are a divine spirit. So whatever that you go through in life, everything is just going to come and pass. And none of it should really affect you because you are not your flesh and bones. None of it should really affect you because you are not your ego. A lot of people make the mistake of identifying so much with their ego that when something happens, they take it so personally. Okay, I lost my job, but so what? So what? I have lost my job, but so what? That's not the end of the world. That's not reason for me to be disappointed. That's not the reason for me to be closing myself behind a door and start crying. I lost my job because that job has served its purpose. I was supposed to be working there and then elevate and take whatever that I've learned from that job and apply it to the next job. Or alternatively, I lost my job because this job I find out is not serving its purpose. I'm not serving my purpose for that job. There is nothing I am bringing to that job. It's not bringing satisfaction. So I need to find a better job. That's all it is. And that's how your mental construct is supposed to think. That should be your philosophical way of perceiving things. Do not feel like you are a victim at all times. Yes, I've split up with my partner, but so what? I need to learn whatever that I've learned from that previous relationship. I'm going to take it to the next relationship. Or maybe I did not serve my purpose in this relationship. There is nothing I was bringing to the table, or there is nothing my partner was bringing to the table. So we were not benefiting each other. Neither our souls were benefiting anything from this relationship. So I need to go somewhere where my soul gets a benefit, where my soul benefit another soul, and my soul get a benefit from another soul. That's the way you have to look at it. Yes, I haven't got much friends around me. Why? Maybe it's because these friends do not serve any purpose for me. Maybe it's because my soul needs to find itself first before it gets entangled with other souls. That's all it is. The point I'm trying to drive home, ladies and gentlemen, is that whatever that you go through, do not feel dejected. Do not feel like you are a victim. Do not feel like your world is falling apart, because your world is never falling apart. You are an infinite conscious energy. There is nothing that can ever destroy you. Death is non-existent. You can never die. Only thing that can disintegrate is your flesh and bones. And definitely your identity is not permanent. Your ego is not your identity, and neither is it permanent. So you should never feel like you are a victim. There is always light down the tunnel. Whatever that you're going through, ladies and gents, it's not permanent. Do not take it as if it's a set in stone that this is it. My life is not going nowhere. Because you're only thinking that way because your understanding of you're not seeing the bigger picture, and you're not even recognizing who you are. Because once you recognize that you are an infinite conscious energy, you are not your conscious mind, you are not your subconscious mind, you are a mind that is timeless. You are a soul that is timeless. There is no beginning and there's no end to you. There is no destruction. As you all know, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And that's what you are. Nobody can either destroy you. No one can create you. No one can. You've always been here. You are part of the mind. You're part of the all. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So, ladies and gents, do not let situations, do not take them personally. Yes, sometimes nobody lives a perfect life. I mean, I'll be a liar if I tell you that my life is perfect. I've got my I've got my share points of problems, my fair share of problems. And I'm sure everybody else does. Nobody lives a perfect life. But the one who is intelligent and the one who is enlightened understand that whatever that's happening has got absolutely nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, if you can try to separate yourself from your experiences, separate yourself from your thoughts and experiences, and put it this way, put all your thoughts and experiences on that side and you stand on that side, and you're going to see that these are just acting up. This is just a movie acting up. But the real you is not affected by none of them. But if you identify yourself with whatever that's being projected on the screen, then obviously it's going to affect you. It's like basically when you go pictures, when you go to the cinema and you take a seat and you're watching a movie on the screen, you know that whatever that's projected on the screen is just a movie. But if you get yourself emotionally so much attached to the characters, to the storyline, to whatever that's happening on the movie, it's going to affect you. But even though it's got absolutely nothing to do with you, after an hour and 40 minutes, an hour, 50 minutes, or 2 hours, whatever, how long the movie is, when it's all finished, it's done and dusted. It was just a movie, but you are left there with emotional trauma. Do you know why? Because you identify yourself with the movie that is just projected on the screen. But what you were supposed to do is just sit there on sideline and just watch what's happening, and do not get entangled or involved in it emotionally. Do not have anything to do with the movie that's being projected. And that's exactly the same philosophical perspective that we need, or approach that we need to take all the time, ladies and gents. We are not attached to the movie that's playing out in our lives. All the experiences, all the past, all the present, and all the future has got absolutely nothing to do with the real you. These are just experiences. All the thoughts, everything that has happened to you, or all the experiences that are happening, all these experiences are just affecting your ego. They're only affecting your ego and your flesh and bones, but you are none of them. The real you is the infinite conscious energy, the divine self, the God spirit. That's what you are. The one that is never destructible, the one that was here in the beginning, the one that's going to be here forever. That's the real you. So how can you be affected by that? That's why a lot of people, we spend most of our lives worrying about things that we shouldn't have nothing to do with. Just because you lost your job, that's not the end of your life. Just because you break up with your husband, your boyfriend, that's not the end of life. Just because you think you haven't got friends and people do not like you or do not want to talk to you, it does not mean that's the end of your life. Just because something has been taken away from you, whether it's your house, your car, or whatever it is, that's not the end of your life. Just because certain people are looking at you funny and they are not taking you on board or taking you seriously, or they are not respecting you, that's not the end of life. All you have to do is ignore them and remind yourself of who you are. As a matter of fact, one of the best tips is whenever you feel like dejected or when you're feeling down, you just remind yourself of who you are. If you say, I am an infinite conscious energy, I've got nothing to do with my flesh and bones, I've got nothing to do with my ego, and I've got nothing to do with my experiences, whether past, present, or future, I am an infinite conscious energy. Do you know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? A miracle will happen. Magic will happen. Do you know what's going to happen? You're not going to have no feelings of hurt at all, no feelings of pain, no feelings of trauma, no feelings of torture. You know why? Because you've separated yourself from these experiences, and that's what most of us. That's when we go wrong, and we do not understand why we're so stressed and distressed every single time. Because we're not remembering who we are. We need to remember who you really are. You are God experiencing, manifesting God's self in this reality, in this physical reality. You are just experiencing things. That's what you are. But you are not none of these emotions. You are not none of these experiences. It's like somebody who is playing a computer game, like for example, a PlayStation game. When you're playing a game, you've got players that are playing, for example, let's say a football game that you're playing on a PlayStation, right? You are not those players that are on the screen. You are just controlling them. That's all you're doing. But you can't identify yourself with none of them, because none of them are real. They are just actors. They are just representations. They're just symbols. And that's exactly the same thing with life, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is all symbols. Everything are just actors. All experiences are all just actors. Everything is all just an act. It's all a matrix. It's just a movie. But it's got nothing to do with the real you. The real you has got absolutely nothing to do with the movie that's taking place. But this is just an experience, and all you have to do is just to look at it. The whole purpose of us living in this reality is for our soul to develop. And how do you develop your soul? You develop your soul by recognizing who you are and rise above every experience. Every situation that happens, you rise above it. And how do you rise above it? You rise above it by remembering and recognizing who you really are, which is an infinite conscious energy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to summarize this video quick. I want you to understand that you are not your problems. You are not your experiences. Yes, sometimes we might feel like things aren't going well for us. Yes, sometimes we might feel dejected, we might feel disappointed, but the only reason why you're feeling dejected and disappointed because you are identifying yourself with any of the things. You are identifying yourself with the experiences. But as soon as you remember that you are not none of these experiences, things can just happen. A movie, there's a movie taking place, and all you have to do is just to watch it, let it pass by. So more things gonna come, because a movie, when one sequence is finished, another sequence is gonna come. And that's what you have to do. Approach it as if you're sitting in a movie theater and you're just watching a sequence of events. But this has got absolutely nothing to do with you. So ladies and gentlemen, do not take any of experiences personally. You are not, excuse me, I got a bit of a cold. You are not none of those experiences, okay? You are not none of it. And none of it should really affect you. Every single time when you feel like somebody has disappointed you, or when you feel like things aren't going well, or when you feel like you're down, just remember and remind yourself of who you are. I am not my flesh and bones. I am not I am not my ego. Nobody can really hurt me because I am not my ego. You can hurt my ego, but I do not identify with my ego. You can hurt my flesh and bones, but I do not identify with my flesh and bones. I just need my flesh and bone for me to experience this reality, this physical dimension that we are living. I need my ego simply because, well, as a matter of fact, I don't need my ego, but there is my ego because there is matter. I am a solidified energy, which is actually what flesh and bones and matter is. And that's where my ego is coming from, because I've got a conscious mind, I've got subconscious mind, and I've been indoctrinated by society, by my family, by my culture. That's how I got my ego. But I need to rise above this, because I am an infinite conscious energy. I am God expressing and experiencing a reality here in the physical dimension. Ladies and gents, that's how you have to approach your life all the time. And you're going to see that no pain, no stress, no trauma, no torture is going to affect you at all, because you're just going to look at it from the sideline. Nothing's going to bother you. So yo, this is the motivation channel, and I'm gonna keep on bringing more subjects and more different videos, and hopefully that's gonna make a big difference in people's lives, because I'm only here to educate, motivate, and inspire people. I'm definitely not here for fame. I'm definitely not here for views or anything like that. I'm just here to make a big difference in somebody's life, and if it's gonna make any difference in somebody's life, do you know what? I am really, really, really happy. And the other thing as well, I need to say, I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, is that I need to put a disclaimer. I never claim to be anything at all. I'm not an expert on any of the things that I do say. I just say my thoughts and opinions. Okay, so if they resonate with you, I mean, that's fair enough. But I say you go and do your own research and find out your own truth. Don't take any of the things I say for word, like, okay, this is the truth. You need to find your own truth. Okay, but yo, thank you so much, and hopefully you have a good day, have a good night, good morning, wherever you are. All right, take care. Bye bye.